Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Country 3. I am Meg100, and in this episode we will start with Tyrant Twin Tussle. And if you couldn't guess, we will be seeing a lot of Kuff and Klout in this level, this Tyrant Twin Tussle. They are the twins, and they are tyrants, and they are tussling. So, hence the name. Anyway, these guys aren't too bad, honestly. You can't kill them, with Diddy or... I don't think you can kill them with Kiddy. No, I don't think you can kill him with Kiddy, because they wouldn't even have them if you could kill him with Kiddy. Or if you could, you have to kill them both at the same time, but I don't know. You could, if anyone actually knows, but I'm pretty sure you can't kill him with either of the Kongs. I also don't think you can kill him with a barrel, but you definitely can kill him with Squitter. It's funny when you kill one of them and you don't kill the other one, which you'll see a few times. But you can definitely kill him with Squitter. Again, I don't think you can kill him with the Kongs in any way, shape, or form, but I could be wrong. Either way, they're not that bad because they have a pattern, so you just make sure to avoid it. There is one section where they're a little annoying, but there is an easy way to get around that. And this is the last cave level, obviously, because we're getting really close to the end of the game. And unlike last level, which had 2 barrels, we're going to have 3 again in this level. Now here we have probably the most creative way to get a DK coin. We need to take Squitter, put him on top of coin, and fire his webs. Fire the torpedoes! Fire his webs across there so that we can have the, as you see here, have the barrel roll down and hit him. That's pretty, I'll always love that. That's pretty creative in my opinion. It's pretty cool. And here we have a bonus stage. This one is pathetically easy because more than likely you're going to take Squitter into the stage because you just had him. So then all you do is just grab the stars. If you don't have Squitter, it probably could be challenging trying to dodge the Tyrant Twins or Kuff and Klout. But however, you're more likely going to have Squitter. And yeah, there's another bonus coming up which actually can be fairly hard to do. So anyway... gaming consoles. And I've expressed this before, maybe not even in a rant, but I've expressed this before. You know, back in the day, we had, you know, the NES. What was the main purpose of the NES? To play games. There wasn't really any other purpose. It was to play games. Same with the SNES. The purpose of the SNES was to play games. And now here, you're technically supposed to dodge them and then bring the TNT to kill one of the buzzes, because as you'll see, I'm gonna kill one of these guys, and that guy like just commits suicide. You can't get up there. However, you can either sacrifice a Kong if you have 2 of them, which it didn't, or you can use Kiddy to throw Dixie up there if you're really careful. I think I do it here. Yeah, if you do that, that's I'd say that's the best way personally, because I wouldn't even try bothering getting the TNT over there. Anyway, the SNES, the main purpose of the SNES was to play games. N64. Same thing, and same thing with the PlayStation for the most part. At that time, I don't think the PlayStation, I don't believe the PlayStation was, could play DVDs. Because that was the time when CDs were were now active, but they weren't, like, super popular. Or, they were popular, but they were just the beginning of the, you know, the CD, DVD era, and the end of VHS. Oh, poor VHS. I miss you so. VHS was awesome. Seriously, you get those little lines. Anyway, okay, but yeah. So then, come along the gen after N64, PlayStation, because that's when I believe it started beginning. You started having you know, systems, and not really with the GameCube, you know, Nintendo, and they're like, oh, Nintendo's behind the times. But you have, you know, you had PlayStation being able to use play DVDs. You had, you know, now you have Facebook. You have, you know, being able to play movies with, you know, Netflix nowadays with the Wii and with Xbox and all that. You have, you know, it's being used more, you know, even the Wii channel with the news and stuff, it's being used more than just as gaming. It's being used as multi-purpose a lot of times. I mean, PSP, the handheld PSP, a lot of people just use that for a portable DVD player. They don't even use it a lot of times for gaming, which I'm not gonna get started on the PSP because I really don't think. I mean, it hasn't even had. I'm not gonna get started on the PSP. Anyway, bonus barrel there. It's kind of tricky if you don't. It's not tricky, but if you don't forget about it, make sure not to forget about that bonus barrel. But yeah, my fear, kind of to an extent, is are we gonna lose? I mean, these things are gaming systems. They're meant to play games. That was their main purpose, and I'm all fine with multi-purpose. It's nice to an extent to have things that have multi-purpose, all in one. But they are gaming consoles, and I'd hope that in the future it doesn't get to the point that they're now focusing more on how much can we cram into this thing rather than what can we do to make this a good gaming console. That's I guess my thing is like, it just feels people are like, I think again the PlayStation, and this has baffled me, and I think part of the main reason PlayStation was 32-bit, it had two controllers. It had a decent lineup of games, but like it touted itself as being mature when at the time I don't think there was a ton of mature games. I guess it depends on your depiction of what mature is compared to Nintendo. But it didn't have a lot going for it compared to the N64, which had the graphical advantage. It had 4 players. It had a better lineup of games, though, of course, later in life. So I was, it's curious exactly why it outsold it. Well, I think part of the reason, again, the game, I will say it did have, N64 didn't have a great lineup at the beginning. All it really had was, Super Mario 64 for a while. That was its only, decent game. It didn't have a lot going for it. And I've talked about this before, with, some, online friends, but, or I've debated about this before a lot, so that's why I just need to get this out of the way, because it's going to keep being on my mind, so I had to put it on YouTube, because, that's what people do. I blanked. PlayStation, so I think that, another factor was the fact, Final Fantasy VII, that in itself, but I think another thing is, the fact that N64 used cartridges as opposed to, CDs, and I honestly don't have any problem with cartridges personally, but, it was a new technology that was being used and people wanted to use it. So, basically, the point I'm trying to make here is, people like, they don't, once a new thing hits, like, CDs, people don't want to do anything. They don't want anything to do with the old thing, which I guess the point I'm trying to make in relation to and this bonus barrel is always difficult to get. Now, and this is Swoopy Salvo. We have Swoopy, which appeared in one of the levels again to get the G. I think in the last level of or last tree level of Kremwood Forest. But Swoopies will swoop down, and they will also can use them as platforms, and also you have to dodge them. This can be a fairly difficult level. But, I guess in relation to gaming consoles is, there's people saying, oh, if it doesn't have a DVD player, I don't want to use it. Like, people criticize that being one of the faults. Or now we have HD, it has to have HD. I mean, yeah, I'll admit, HD looks nice, but I always forget, I should just stop saying that, but I always forget whether or not I've ranted about it before. But yeah, HD looks so nice, and yeah, HD looks nice, but, it's like, oh, if it doesn't have HD, I don't want it. Oh, if it doesn't have the, online, like GameCube didn't have online, well, I don't want it. That sort of, thing, if it doesn't have the latest and greatest, then it's not even worth my time. That kind of is sickening to an extent. I mean, I'm not saying, we shouldn't have, updated things, but to just, as soon as something new comes out, we throw out the old as if it never existed to an extent. I mean, that's what happened with 2D gaming. For a while, 2D gaming took, and now it's slowly coming back, but for a while it took a huge backseat, and it was like 3D, and I mean like 3D gaming, not 3D as in 3D glasses, just to clarify. I was like, 3D, oh my god, it's 3D, it's so much better. I mean, I will not deny, I am not, I'm always first a 2D gamer. I've always preferred 2D over 3D to an extent. Not that I don't like 3D games, it's just like, I'm not sure what exactly makes 3D so much better than 2D. It's just another way to play a game. That's how I took it. I don't know why, it's like everyone, I think it's just the new technology. So, I guess my thing is I don't want, gaming systems to be obsessed with all this new stuff. I want them to mainly focus on being a good gaming system and not trying to have the new technology and all this different gadgets and being able to cook you toast and make you a burger and get you a date. I want just it to be a gaming system first. and that could be considered old-fashioned. It could be say I'm not forward-thinking, and that's not entirely true because again, I'm fine with it adding new technology. I'm just saying, it's a gaming system. If it's not going to be a gaming system, then don't call it a gaming system. If it's a game, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't worry about the new technology. It kind of annoys me that old technology gets thrown away. And I'm not saying don't use new technology. New technology is a good thing, but don't throw away the old technology, as in like 2D or cartridges. Just it's cartridge. We won't use it, and focus on what the thing is primarily for. You can add new things and allow news channel and all that, but don't keep in mind what your goals are. I guess is my thing. So this has been Maybe 400 reminding you, cheese.